Look perfect now. Let's go ahead. Let's rock and roll.
Okay. My bad. Weird kind of shit.
You gotta get right for the camera. It's all good. You look nice.
Thank you.
How old are you?
I am 31.
31?
Yep.
What's your name?
My name is Keely.
Keely, 31. Where you from, Keely?
I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina.
From Greensboro?
Yep. Born and raised.
Yeah, let's get to know you a little bit.
Okay.
You grew up in a two-parent household?
No. My mom raised 3 children on her own, pretty much. I didn't really get to know my dad until like I was about 18.
18?
Mm-hmm.
So you consider that you had a rough childhood, good childhood, or what?
No, actually, I had a really good childhood. My stepdad actually, my brother and my sister's dad, physically, mentally, and all the above, abused me. Just not sexually, but anyways, though, that like hindered a lot. Sorry, I'm shaking.
No, that's all. You just probably camera shot.
Yeah. But I didn't really start doing drugs until I was about 18 years old. I had my first daughter at 19, and after that is when it kind of went downhill. And I know that sounds very shitty, but it is what it is.
Right. So let's back up a little bit. You're going too fast.
Okay. Sorry.
Your stepfather. When you say he abused you mentally and physically, but it wasn't sexually, I guess you're assuming that he was putting his hands on you, beating on you and stuff like that?
Yeah, he would hit me, say if I didn't do something right, he would scream at me. Him and my mom had a really bad relationship. Back in the 7th grade, he pulled a gun out on her in front of my brother and sister.
In the 7th grade?
Yes, when I was in 7th grade.
Okay, you was in 7th grade.
Yeah, and they were very small, like at the time, but after that, that's when she got divorced, and my mom, she's been married 5 times, so, which that doesn't have anything really to do with it, but at the same time, like I've seen, I don't know, just like different men, you know what I mean? Like, and as far as a father figure, I've never really had one, except for my stepdad, who she's now married to, but they don't, my family, right now really doesn't have a lot to do with me, and I have 2 daughters, one is 12, and the other one is 3.
So who's raising your kids?
My mom has my oldest daughter and my cousin. I got in trouble, and so pretty much they had to come in, or DSS did, and I just signed my custody
To your mom?
Yeah, to my mom.
And your cousin?
Yeah.
So let me ask you something. Your mom still with the same guy?
No, not my brother and sister's dad, no.
Okay, good. Cause I was like, dang, you would sign your daughter over to her, and he know how he is.
No, but the crazy thing is, though, is he actually, because that's my sister's dad, so that's my daughter's aunt,
right.
And Anna, she'll take her over there sometimes, and he loves my daughter, but I never understood why he would hit me, or he would, he held my head down to a stove and like whooped the shit out of me. It makes me like nervous whenever I have to talk about it, but anyways, like that's still not, I still like getting high though, that's another thing, but at the end of the day, like I have gone to quite a few rehabs and detox to get off of, I like...
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you a question up to your
I'm
addiction.
okay.
Yeah, but before we get to the addiction part, I want to ask you a question about your that bruise that you went through as a kid.
Okay.
A lot of times when females get a bruise like that growing up, it has I like to ask them, how do you view men? Growing up being abused like that as a young girl by a grown man, it can traumatize a female.
Right.
And they might grow up and automatically have some type of complex or insecurity when it comes to men because of what they went through with a grown ass man when they were just a child.
Right.
So how has that, did it change your perception of men? How do you view men, being that a man abused you like that growing up?
It has, and you know, my mom, like, she didn't really let me see my dad, so
Right.
I didn't have a dad. Also, growing up, it was just like
Just
my
him.
stepdad's,
Right.
yeah, him, pretty much, and so I didn't like him. I
Right.
mean, I can't view and judge like
Every man behind
everybody, but as far as like somebody putting their hands on me or anything
What
like
man
that,
take you back to
no.
that place?
Right.
Right, I get it. That's a good question. Okay, now let's get to this addiction part. You were saying you start off. Well, how old was you when you first started using any type of drug or alcohol?
Actually, I was about 14 years old. I was in high school experimenting, not knowing what that was really opening that door to. You know, I was sneaking into my grandma's pill cabinet, and I would take, I think it was Vicodin, and I did that like throughout the years. And then Xanaxes was another major problem after I got, or after I had my daughter, my OBGYN prescribed me Xanaxes. Well, you know, I was going through tough times as far as my child's father at the time. He's dead now, actually, from fentanyl. But it just escalated from there, and then I had back pain. Went to the back doctor here in Greensboro, and they prescribed me Norco 10s, and just ever since then it progressed to heroin, and I got clean off of that back in 2017, but it's been a journey. The longest that I've probably stayed sober, I went to a place in Charlotte called Cascade for Women, and I was able to take my oldest, I think this was back in about 2017, 18,
Right.
and I was clean for about almost a year. Went back home, same thing. Every time I like leave and then I come back home,
It's like a relapse trigger.
yeah.
Right. People,
literally.
places, and things what you're familiar with always do
Right.
it. Right.
And sometimes actually, like, even if it is the people, places, and things, like, if you're not ready, and I'm not saying that like I wasn't ready back then, but now that I am a lot older, and you know, I know this is going on YouTube probably, but right now I have been addicted to fentanyl for about a year. And I used to be on meth very, very bad, and that is what ruined everything for me. I lost my kids, and I lost my self-respect. I did a lot of shitty things to my man who has stayed with me through thick and thin, like, but it's hard. I don't know, like, I don't.
So what are some of my next question is going to be talk about some of the damaging consequences behind your addiction, but you already been talking about some of them.
Oh yeah.
So I want to know, is it outside of losing your kids, ruining relationships?
Oh, it is.
Is there anything else? Any more damaging consequences?
Oh God, yeah. Let's see. I got in trouble for. I've been in and out of jail all last year. It was tremendously, like, so crazy. But
What you go to jail for? You don't mind me asking. You don't
well,
gotta tell me if you don't want
oh,
to.
I don't care. Robbery with dangerous weapon. That was a couple of years ago. And I didn't. Well, I'm not going to go into it,
Right.
but I did not rob the store. I was going in there to steal like some dumb shit like DVDs. And the lady, she like flipped my purse up, and so everything fell on the floor. Then she starts beating me with an umbrella, and I'm like, okay, I'm going. But at the time, so when I first walked in, I put on a jacket and it had a little security tag on it. So I go to the scissor aisle, and so I had scissors.
Okay,
in
so
my
then they
hand.
said that's a weapon.
So yeah, so they thought it was a very stupid thing.
They thought you were using the scissors in the form of a knife to rob her.
Right.
I get
And
it.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my god, like I've like that was my first charge like ever. I've never been in trouble with the law before like that, but and then so of course I had to plead guilty.
So that's a charge to get
Yeah.
out. We get it. So
And-
outside of your incarceration and your kids, have you lost any? What's your living situation? You staying here right here with
Yeah.
That's where you staying at? Right here in the room?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at least you got somewhere to sleep. A lot of people see.
Yeah,
I agree. They be
I
outside.
have been homeless before, and it sucks. And
Right.
another thing is like, I wasn't brought up like that. So going through experiences and then like seeing how the outside views other people, you know what I mean? It really sucks. Like when you're on that other side of the fence.
That's right.
It's like if people would just have a little bit more care and like just not be like because somebody looks bad or something, like nobody knows what they're going through.
Exactly.
And that's why people commit suicide or just, I don't know, shoot up or whatever. And then, but for me, I mean, I honestly could never do that just because of my kids. But I mean, I've been through a lot, but I work. I just try to stay afloat, you know.
Right. So let me ask you something.
Yeah.
If you had one regret in your life outside of the drug use, what would it be?
I had one regret. Not listening to my mom when I should have. Not as far as men, because that tends to be my downfall.
So what kind of advice did your mom give you that you didn't listen to?
Just that, like, just that they're no good. You know what I mean?
Not all
Or-
men though.
Right. No, I know that, but I think that if I would have just worried about myself and not so much about others, I don't think that I would have been in a lot of the situations that I have put myself in. And I mean, I've owned up to everything. I wish I could take a lot of the shit back. I wish that my family would like let me come around, you
Right.
know, because it's hard.
Right.
And people don't realize that like when you get when your kids are taken from you, and I understand that I may have deserved it, but when your kids are taken from you, I feel like I have no purpose left anymore. Like sometimes I lay in here for like a week or so. I don't even go outside. Like, and I cry. Like, I mean, me and my mom don't have a really great relationship like I wish. I've done a lot of things to my grandma, and it's just a lot of things that I wish that like I could take back. But all I can do is just try. My daughter knows that I love her, but now my 3-year-old, that one's the one that hurts to talk about. She doesn't know that I'm her mom. So yeah, it's just really hard.
Right. I can tell you love you. I can tell you love your kids though. It bring a lot of emotion out of you.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that with me. Let's move on a little bit because I can see you getting a little emotion. Before I end interviews, I always ask people, just in case there's any kids, youth, or another grown person thinking about choosing the same lifestyle you chose, going down the same road, what type of advice would you give them to stop them?
My best advice is stop while you can. If you think that you're just gonna try it one time, if you think that you're just gonna be okay, but that one time it turns into okay every other weekend, and then that weekend turns into every day. It's gonna be a shitty life. Like I mean, not drugs are not worth it, and I wish to God that I could take back ever choosing to put that pill in my mouth.
Right.
Literally.
That's excellent advice. I
Right.
appreciate your time. I'm gonna leave you my phone number in case you need my assistance, because I'm the type of person that if we're doing videos and you showing progress, I take you to NA meetings. I take you to sign up for rehab. Whatever you need me for, I'll be there for you. And then
Okay.
I like to follow you, get a lot of videos from you at least once or twice a week if that's possible.
Yeah.
I appreciate your time, and God bless you, and I got some money for you. Yeah, I got some money for you. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, no problem.